and a starting feat. So, in addition to that, yeah, starting feat. Um, so in addition to that, the main difference is at least so far, is that they've categorized all the magic into three different types: arcane, uh, divine, and primal. And so at the end of their section, they have all of the cantrips and first level spells split up into those three. And so when you read it, you like the way that I take it is I know all the extra races and all the extra rules and shit. It just streamlines everything. I feel like I don't hate it. Yeah, it's free. I mean, you may as well just download it, especially because D&D Beyond is going to be the future of it, regardless of if you want it to or not. I, dude, I'm right there with you. I'll be I'll be curious. Like, the reason I didn't like Beyond is because I bought all the actual books, and I didn't wanna buy them again just so that I could have the convenience of having them online, especially when 5e Tools just does a better job. Um, yeah, I mean, you're right. I think the tabletop is the only way they can beat 5e Tools. Like, there's no reason to use D&D Beyond, except for a character sheet, I guess.
I
Anyway,
don't
I'm
know. I
psyched
like their
about that
character
magic
sheets.
shit that they've talked about.
I like D&D Beyond. No, I hear you. Well, what's ridiculous is that like now they're like, well, if you want like all the source material, it's like $500 for all these books. Just the digital copy though. Yeah, like fuck.
Yeah, that's why I could never jump on board. It's because of the $500 I spent on the actual fucking books.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. My name is Coffee, aka John. That's my fantasy name. Welcome again to our Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan playthrough with the Burgandy Beholders, -1. So why don't we go ahead and, as always, go around the virtual table and just sort of see how everybody's doing. Why don't we go ahead and start with Pellinor? Pellinor, Nick, how you doing today?
Light of Raza burns bright within me.
It's been burning bright within a few people recently. It seems, as Talakis Papalakis didn't seem to enjoy Raza's fury one bit. So that so we look forward to seeing more of those fiery flames. Why don't we go next to our slimy, greasy greaseball Grease? How you doing today, Grease, aka Rainin? How you feeling today?
I feel very good. In fact, it is this week that I find out that my race is actually canon now.
That's certainly an upgrade over the uh, the the Unearthed Arcana sort of basement or cellar attic that I feel like that unproven material is. So I look forward to
Yes.
seeing it.
Yes,
Perhaps
this
maybe
is
a bit
not
more
the fact that
balanced.
it knows.
Because
What'd you say?
I was saying perhaps seeing maybe a bit more balance, because the plasmoid is as we see, Grease is putting in major work, slip sliding his way through all the crooks and crannies.
Yes. No, there is no change. I am who I am. It is what it is.
Excellent, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And then last but not least, as Misha, aka Glanthryn, is unfortunately unavailable today, but we understand. Family comes first. I think it was. Anyways, Ross, Theobald, how are you feeling, my not small friend?
Sober and somber. That's what they all say, right?
Well, you gotta keep a clear head to keep bashing these people's skulls. You don't know what they've been smoking that's led them to such an early demise. But you have ended a few beasts in this dungeon. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap at last week's action, and then we can get into some further carnage, aka exploring and adventuring. So last time we played the Burgandy Beholders, you guys were engaged in combat with the revived corpse known as Talakis Papalakis. This undead servant of the god of vampires, Vampire, aptly named, seemingly animated by the disturbance of his tomb, tried to rise from his grave and attack the party. And as soon as he sort of animated, he started trying to reform his body. But you guys wasted no time not trying to let him get his bearings. You started pelting him with some spells, a little bit of ooey, disgusting knives. Theobald, you fucking broke a whole big urn of oil on his body, and then Pellinor hit the urns with a couple firebolts, and right as he was feeling cocky and like he was getting his bearings, his body together, he fell into an explosion of fiery oil and met his demise once more as you saw his toxic spirit sort of elevate into the ceiling and rise through a crack. So with you guys having dispatched of him once and for all, you saw that the axe that was carved into the wall fell from the seemingly unmovable position that it was in prior. And I don't believe you guys decided that you wanted to mess with it too much, though, if I recall correctly. I think you guys were just like, did you even take it with you? I can't remember.
Yes, we put it in bags so that we could sell it to a hapless victim later on for lots of gold.
That makes sense, as you had, I believe, identified it to be potentially... I can't remember that. I'm running through... Anyways, you guys took it, like you said.
It was the bloody shadow hand that came out from it. That's what gave it away.
It was a bit ominous. I'm not going to lie about that. So, but nevertheless, you guys decided to go ahead, take that axe, and the rest of the treasure that there was quite a bit of, including 2 magic rings, some bracers of defense, several potions. You guys took all of that and proceeded to go back out through the stone entrance that you had uncovered, and headed south, or I guess actually I should say west, as this compass rose is all screwed up, into a water-filled chamber that was full of broken statuary, and with the only thing remaining seemingly intact was a pedestal holding a silver pyramid. So you guys took the pyramid, if I recall correctly. It seemed to be worth a little bit. Didn't seem to be anything else of importance, though, in the area. So you guys headed west and reached a turn in the bend that led to a large flooded chamber behind a door. And this flooded chamber had several silvery streaks across the wall, some glowing greenish silvery lights coming from some type of entity in the distance you couldn't quite discern. So you guys decide, let's check out this statue. And as you did, eventually you realized that the statue was not bolted into the ground. And so as you went to recover the sword, I believe it was when you went to recover the statue's sword that appeared to be perhaps valuable, you ended up crashing the statue downwards as it fell off balance and hit the floor, revealing a secret passage beyond. Um, you guys decided to take that secret passage as well as the magic sword that you had claimed from the statue, and found that it sort of seemed to bypass perhaps the area that you had just gone through. And so you traveled northward and met a beautiful woman that was singing melodic tunes in a crystal cavern full of perfectly temperate water. And you guys sort of went, I believe, for a little swim. Some of you guys went for a little swim with her. She seemed to be afraid of some type of captors that had taken her captive for and imprisoned her for like a decade, according to her. But you know, you guys were sort of just happy to get a respite from the poisonous gas and fog that surrounded the surrounding temple. So you decided to take this opportunity to take a short rest, at which time the creature decided to attack Theobald, try to drown him, and after failing to do so, summoned a giant electrical eel that was wearing a human-faced stone mask and wielding a giant trident. But nevertheless, you guys disposed of both her and the giant eel, found a small cache of treasure. Yes, you did. I'm like, don't want to say that if that didn't happen. Can't remember, but you did. And there were quite a few magical goodies in there as well. You took all that, and lastly, before ending the week, ended in a very long chamber that had glyphs and murals and murals sort of painted all over the hall. And eventually, you sort of discerned that you needed to press in the stone carving of a sun above the pyramid, and that led to a stone slab sliding open, revealing the passageway that you guys are in now. And as the three of you climb into the passageway, we will go ahead and start, but not before you see Glanthryn, and you guys don't see them, but he says, "Oh my! A bunch of giant spiders are coming to kill us all! Fly, you fools!" And you look, and you don't see anything, and he says, "Especially you, you disgusting monster of a being, you Grease! Get away from me! I mean, fly, you fools! You shall not pass!" And he starts running like, just running directly around this corner, and he slams the door behind him.
Odd.
I'm going to ready a firebolt in case I see. Yeah.
So as you prepare the spell, you don't hear anything for a little while. So you decide to at least get a quick glance of the surrounding area that you've just entered. This corridor is high-ceilinged and decorated with sculptures mounted on the walls. Two corridors branch off from the main hall, a narrow one to the east and another to the west. The statuary that adorns the walls consists of 4 sculpted heads of animals. Each one is 6 feet above the floor and 2 to 3 feet in diameter. Opposite the passage that leads east is the stylized head of a coyote, and across from the hallway going west is the head of a grinning bear. Near the south end of the corridor, the head of a bison is mounted on the east wall, and at the north end of the area on the west wall is what appears to be the head of an eagle, with its beak open. Something shines from within the eagle's mouth. You continue to hear nothing from the corridor.
Can you be more specific
point
as to
out?
which? Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, could
Pelennor.
you like click and point out which one is like which statue head is which?
Yeah, absolutely. So here, actually, what might be even better is for me to find this picture right here and show it to you. And that'll give you a perfect visual. Again, there is no natural light. So how are you guys seeing again? You still have a light spell cast on Theobald's axe, is that correct?
Yeah, and if not, I can cast it, and I also have light myself. I think two of us have light, so I have
Okay.
dark vision. I think all of us have dark vision except for maybe
Theobald
one person.
doesn't, I don't think. So I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure he could see, because if he does not, it's pitch black.
I see fine. Theobald, do you have, we have light cantrip we put on your nose or something?
Okay, well, you can put light on whatever. I can't see shit.
So I'm going to I'm gonna put light on your weapon, but it's like uncomfortably bright. Like it starts off like a bright little dawn light, but then just gets uncomfortably bright, like a fluorescent light, like when you're under way too many fluorescents. Like it feels like an interrogation room. Like you feel the judgy light of Raza judging both you and everything and illuminating the room at the same time.
Does it also have that maddening that
A little bit.
It's humming
A little bit.
bit.
The weird thing is that it's not a real sound, but everyone can hear it in their head. That's how Raza's light works.
that is even more terrifying.
Yes. The most dickish of the dawn gods.
And
You
thoughts
know,
thoughts
one
of
day
your
we could visit
past
him.
misdeeds perhaps start to run through your head, Theobald, as a sweat drips down your brow.
Oh well, I shouldn't have done that one. No, God.
But nevertheless, you are able to see. So the vision of the light, only about 20 feet, but the rest of you at least can see all the way down to see that all of their mouths are closed except for the eagle that has this strange shiny object stuck in its mouth seemingly.
Investigate that.
Okay.
I will help your investigation.
Oh,
Give
does anybody have... I have a 0 in investigation, but I do have guidance, so if somebody has a plus something, we can all help them.
I have a +4.
Cool, and you have guidance.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, 100%. So, Grease, you approach the item and you can instantly tell that it is some type of magical jewelry. You're not sure of the exact nature of the magic, but you realize that it's not actually what it first appears to be, which is a golden bracelet. It's actually a golden ring, but it's a golden ring of stone giant origin. So you imagine their fingers a little bigger. And also, I will say that actually, with a 23, good God, you can tell that it
25.
looks as though you're right. As with a 25, you can look and see that this bracelet appears to be wedged in such a way that there's a great amount of force keeping it in the way that it is. You can tell that perhaps if it wasn't there, the beak might snap shut. Seems to be on some type of hinge.
Well, do I see the hinge that it is on?
Give me a perception check. You can tell that there is a hinge, but you can't see it because it seems to be hidden underneath the sort of ornatry of the statue.
I tell my comrades about this curious thing.
All right. Would I be able to maybe grab the ring on one end and just strong arm it out of there.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check to do that. Actually, you know what? Hold on, let me see here. I might need something different. Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check, actually.
Oh well, that one's not so good.
Oof! So you reach in and you do dislodge the bracelet, removing it from the beak's grasp. Unfortunately, this hinge was like must have been almost crushing this thing, because as soon as you move it, it snaps and lodges your arm in the beak. And as it does, you don't take any damage, but you are like pinned. You like cannot move.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to.
Here, I will help you. I have brought a shiny crowbar. I will
I'm
get
gonna try
on
to
top.
pry open the mouth.
So I will give you, you can try to pry it open, Theobald, with a regular check, or one of you two could use the crowbar with both hands to getting an advantage.
Ooh.
Either way,
Let
it's
me
going to
ask,
be athletics.
if I am helping him by using the crowbar, can he use his athletics with advantage?
I like it. I like it. Makes sense. So with both your aid and the aid of the crowbar itself, let me see here if that is actually enough. It is. So, yeah, it takes a lot of effort, but you manage to pry it open just enough for you to get your arm out. And as you move, the beak snaps again, locking the crowbar into place.
Oh, I love that crowbar.
Well, it's all right. You can have my crowbar.
Oh, this is a nice one. Thank you.
Oh, it's on
I've
the
been
just chat
polishing
screen.
it.
Just realized I never switched it to the game on the stream. Whoopsies! Let me do that.
They're lost.
Hey, man, it was in the imagination. It's the theater of the mind.
They call it the theater of the mind.
All right,
But for
that's
real,
it.
have you
The
seen that
future
Unreal
character
Engine,
has to be
though?
a bard. The future bard has to be that fucking guy that sings Imagination at the South Park.
Alright, so the crowbar's stuck, but you guys have other crowbars. What would you guys like to do?
Well, what's this giant ring about?
Identify. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Identify on the ring.
Go ahead and can you click on the spell again? Because I always forget the exact nature. But you're ritual casting it, I'm imagining, right?
I've got that, and I have Detect Magic, so, I mean, if
Okay.
we want to
Okay.
spend 20 minutes.
I'm just seeing here. Okay.
Oh, I like it though. What is this thing? A bear? Ooh, the bear is so beautiful.
Okay. Alright, yeah. You know what I always forget is that you can cast Identify on a person or a creature. That's to see what spells are affecting them. That's so interesting. Anyways, you identify the bracelet slash ring as a rock. I'm sorry, what is it called? Bracelet of rock magic. And let me go ahead and show you what it is, because as you identify it, it seems to be quite powerful. It also seems to be quite cursed.
Ah, another addition to our bag of curses.
So if you see there, it casts, it gives you immunity to being petrified, and it allows you to cast Flesh to Stone. um, with a DC of 15 as an action. After 3 times, you cannot do that anymore. So it's then you can cast Stone Shape as an action for 13 times, and then it just turns into a lead bracelet after that. So a little bit interesting there. However, it does appear to be cursed, and you are going to need to do a saving throw against the spell, and if you fail it, you will be petrified, as it appears to be made primarily for stone giant use, and that's that.
You know, John, I see that there's this proviso that creatures that are affiliated with earth or stone have advantage on the saving throw, yeah?
It does say that, doesn't it? So
It does.
dwarves, yes,
Yes,
dwarves, stone giants.
and did you know that plasmoid bodies are actually made from the stony surfaces of the plasmoid alien world?
I didn't know that, but I
That's
will take your
very much
word.
related to earth and stone.
I will definitely take your word for that, and because of that, yes, this seems to be not so unfamiliar to you. This magic ring.
Ah, yes, but no, fuck that. It's cursed. I'm not putting that on my body.
Don't let me tell you what to do.
Well,
Yeah,
comrades,
that
if you
sounds
want,
kind of terrible. I'm not gonna do it.
My bad. What
agreed.
did you say? My shit cut out. I'm about to. There we go. Back in there. You said leave it
I said
alone,
that's
basically.
Priest, do you want this cursed item, or should we bag it and sell it later?
What up, Soul DK? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless somebody wants to wear it just for the immunity to petrification.
It would be funny if, we are gonna have to deal with that in the future in this place. Let us call that Tchaikovsky's gun.
yeah. Well, I don't really want to chance it.
Okay. Well, like I mentioned previously, you still see the other 3 faces, although they don't appear to have anything interesting on them. And there are 3 distinct turnoffs that you can travel down.
Quick question for you.
Absolutely.
So, to do. Since it's cursed, if I put it on, I can't take it off, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just that if you fail the curse, you die essentially. You get petrified instantly, which is akin to being dead. It just requires somewhat, I guess, less restrictive magic to bring you back.
Yeah.
Somebody else wants it, I'll take it.
But yeah, I think it can be cured with like lesser restoration or major restoration, maybe. I think it might take. So it can be
Well,
cured, but
definitely.
it is not going to go away by itself, though.
And it is up to you if you want to risk it. I personally think it should just be put in the bag of sell to fools.
I mean, I've got an idea for
Ooh,
how to deal with it.
ooh, I'd love to hear this.
Ah, do tell.
So, we need to, we need 3 creatures that don't have advantage on the save that we can give disadvantage to, and we cast Flesh to Stone on them. Like, say we capture 3 rabbits and tie them up and cast Flesh to Stone on them. Now you just get a magic ring that can cast Stone Shape, and that gives you immunity to petrification.
Yeah, but the big issue is just getting attuned to it in the first place, I think, because the curse activates as soon as you attempt to attune to the bracelet. So, if
I
you,
didn't see that.
yeah, so I believe so. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that's when it activates. Either way,
Yes, generally.
Let me see here.
Because
Bracelet
it can
of
go from
Rock
person to person.
Magic. Let's see here. If da, 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 da. Creatures of flesh that are strongly related to earth and stone, such as have advantage on the saving throw against flesh to stone cast from the bracelet. Uh, if such a creature save. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, this reads completely differently than I read it originally when I killed my warlock friend Agma. R.I.P. Agma to the petrification spell. Sorry, Bill, if you're watching. My bad. Also, you are more than welcome to unpetrify him. That's so much not as bad as what I thought it was. Okay, because yes, it's saying that it activates when you cast a spell against those stone-afin creatures, not when you attune to it. So I'm totally wrong. And there you go.
Yeah.
That being said, I am a
Cool.
perfect DM and I never make mistakes. Continue.
Well, I mean, it is my character's flaw thinking that he's bigger than he is. So I guess I'll take it.
I would say that it's perhaps too big to be a bracelet for you. Perhaps necklace is in order.
Yeah,
Belt maybe.
I put it on like I'm putting a pair of pants on, but I just pull it all the way up to my neck.
It kind of rests on your shoulders. So,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. So you do still need to attune to it, which is going to take a little while. But I would say that just wearing it is probably enough to. I'll just say just wearing it's enough to give you the immunity.
All right.
But
Sounds nice.
Um, I wanna, let's see, send Goldie
okay,
down and around this corner.
okay.
See what's over there. What are these
So
statues on
I
the
was
wall?
going to say before you do that, I'll read you the description of that hallway. Along both sides of the corridor, deep in shadows, human figures appear to be floating above the floor. As you approach, you see that the figures seemingly suspended in the air are actually withered corpses standing upright on a ledge 2 feet above the floor.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was me for not putting on my Old Spice this morning. No, it's just all these dead things.
The corpses have no
Um,
smell. I'm just kidding.
Stony, these stony corpses. That is gross. But this is, a primitive temple. There are these practices that they do in death. Who
Are
knows?
they
But
wrapped up or anything?
They do appear to be wrapped up and somewhat well preserved, although obviously long, long, long dead.
trust it. So
well,
I mean,
send Canary. Do your thing.
yeah, I'm gonna send the canary down and around. I also got an idea for something ridiculous to do.
Ooh, do tell.
So real quick, as you
Hello?
send the
Yeah.
canary around, I'm just gonna move your character to show you that it goes and reveals a door on the other side, and nothing else.
On the other side, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was thinking about using these corpses for torches.
Torpses. I like that.
Ah. Did you just merge those
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
corpses? Oh my god.
Too
I
cool to
like
just use two words. I have to merge them into one.
yes, I like these corpses you talk about. It is a good idea, no?
Yeah, I'll grab a torps.
Okay, so you guys start grabbing torpses. How many are you gonna grab?
We'll just start with one, see how flammable it is. Maybe it's not flammable, and then it's, not very good. It might just smoke and make it even grosser.
That makes sense to me. So why don't the three of you grab the first three torpses? You grab them up off the little pedestals that they're standing on, and they're dead as fuck.
Wonderful.
You want to go ahead and try to
What do
burn
we
them?
do? Do we lay them out somewhere, or do we put them at
I
the
don't know
ends of
if
these
you saw,
hallways?
but I rolled a whole bunch of firebolts.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see that.
No, you're fine.
So you sure did. Damn. So what are you doing with all those firebolts? Which ones are you burning up?
Fucking, I'm shooting this motherfucker. I'm shooting this
Okay.
motherfucker. I'm shooting this
Go
motherfucker.
ahead and roll
I'm
a.
shooting this
Well, let's see here.
motherfucker.
So you shot the first firebolt with an 8, so it hits the
Mhm.
wall right next to that, but it doesn't actually hit the torps. And everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
technically
Yep.
not a torps until it's on fire, no?
Hmm. That being said, the other two of you, did you grab? You grabbed those torpses though, right? So, um, two of you have the two of them in your arms. We'll say. Here, move you over here because he probably would have been here grabbing that torps there. Okay, so I got a cool 20, although it's a negative. And then we've got Grease followed by Theobald and Pellinor. You guys did not have the best initiative rolls, but that is okay. Because at the end of the day, I got a 20, so probably really just doesn't even matter.
Wait, Theobald's a barbarian, right?
That is
Yeah.
correct, yes.
Yeah, so that's an advantage initiative, I
Oh, is
think.
that why there were two initiatives? Let me see here. Then it
No,
might.
that's not till next level.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I think I still have you, but you might. These are not Well, we'll see what happens here. So Anyway, so me, then we have Grease, and no, I'm sorry. Then yeah. Then we do have Grease. Then we've got Theobald and Pellinor. Okay. Alrighty. So, as the two of you grab your torpses from the pedestals, you see Pellinor start lashing out with firebolts, and he shoots a firebolt directly at that. They're torpses from now, over here, but it misses and hits the wall right in between the two. And before he gets a chance to launch his second fireball at the next target, the corpses that you are carrying start to animate, and in addition to that, so do 13 others. Let's go ahead and get them onto the token layer, shall we? Whoa, what did I do? Oh, whoops, I went to the wrong layer. Whoopsies. Control-Z that. Heyo. Is it not working? Okay. Yeah, you guys might be able to see something. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this, right? Why can't we? I'm screwing up. I know how to use Roll20. I swear. There we go. Hey! A bunch of zombos. As they all animate, and they start just, like, violently falling off the pedestals in a crazed attempt to reach you guys. Two of them are sort of already, whatchamacallit,
If they fall
yes.
violently, then do they fall down on the ground? Or do they fall prone? Or, they're dead. I imagine they can't walk very well.
Well, you know what? There's so many of them that I don't even really know if they're going to be able to get all in there. But there's enough that they can get here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And we'll say that's, you know what? This one's going to flood in there. This one could make it far enough. but that one is actually going to take an opportunity attack. So they start swarming in on you guys. And as they do, one of them just seemingly ignores you, Grease, as if perhaps he's not interested in eating you. You're not sure. But regardless, he walks right past you and starts going towards Theobald. What do you do as a reaction, if anything?
I will pass. I may need to use my quick skills for other things. Just
there you
see
go.
how this out.
There you go. So they are going to start making attacks, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 against you, Grease, 2 against you, Palinor, and 1 against Theobald. So we're going to start with yours, as Grease.
All
Let's
of
see
them
here.
are. What's the modifier?
Let's see here. I need to double check, so give me 1 second. Thought I had this tool pulled up, but I guess I was wrong, but that's okay, because it's right here. So, let's see here. We got a +3 to hit. So, looks like we've got a,
then
what, a
that means
14s?
Only one of them hits. I dip and dodge out of way, but unfortunately run into the claw of one of them.
Okay, yep, 100%. And as you're dodging them, there's just so many that one does manage to sort of graze you, but just barely, as it only deals 3 bludgeoning damage, as he sort of smashes his putrefied hand into your gooey body.
I will use my reaction to use my uncanny goo ability and take half damage from them.
Dang. All right. Well, there you go. So you take 1 damage. Palinor, you see these undead infidels approaching you, and they look pretty hungry. But apparently only one of them is hungry enough to get in there and give you a little bite for 6 piercing damage.
Wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna use Warding Flare.
Ooh, reroll.
So, yeah, he gets disadvantage.
Ooh, and it hurts badly as he only gets a 13.
Shoji light in the shape of Raza's head just like flares out and blinds this creature.
Oh, and
That's
you
the
see
best
like
attack.
the little gooey leftover eyes that are just barely still there. You start to see smoke, just like black smoke coming out of his eye sockets as he just lashes violently into the air, missing you completely. Theobald.
As this happens,
yes.
so I start to glow, and like my eyes are glowing, my teeth are glowing, like my nails are glowing. It's like I have a light like around me, and it's slowly getting brighter. But
What
please
color
continue.
is the light? What color is the light?
It's like a bright, like whitish light.
Oof. Okay. All right. It starts to
The light
build
of
brighter
dawn.
and brighter, and you see that one zombie has seemed to meander its way all the way around both of your compatriots just to get at you, Theobald. Just one of them seems to have it out for you, and you just casually bat it aside, or it does not even come close to hitting you.
All right.
And with that, my turn is going to come to an end, and we are going to go to Grease. Grease, you are surrounded by zombies.
Yes, I will take the disengage action, and then I will make my way through these guys with the lessened speed 10, 20, 25, 30, and will turn around, spitting a ball of that disgusting goo in my hands and throwing it as hard as I can at this guy right here. Is it black for everybody, or is it just me? Like my pink?
Like you can't see anything, or the pink?
No, it's the color black.
Yes, it is for me as well.
Oh, that's metal as fuck. All right.
I don't know how you change it. Ooh, God, that is a very super gross knife. For how much?
15 psychic damage.
Oof. So you throw the knife into the zombie's skull, and you see it sort of just take the top half of its head all the way off, and you think certainly it must be done for, but its oozy little tongue is still moving, and it's still shambling around just barely.
Well, I will shoot my shot down that disgusting creature's mouth and make it vomit. I assure you it will happen. And I end my turn.
All right, so that brings it to Theobald. Theobald, there is one zombie trying to get at you, and it's not doing a great job. What do you do? I cannot hear you if you're saying something. Is that just me?
Sorry about
No.
that. That was me.
Oh, okay.
I said, I guess we'll start with this one. I'll smack him with my axe.
Okay, and is that the one, I'm sorry, is that the one that was already hurt or no?
I have attacked the first one right there.
Okay, so go ahead, and that is a hit. That is a hit. How much damage is that going to do?
4 slashing damage.
Okay, and I'm sorry again. This is one of the ones that hasn't been damaged yet, right?
No, it has been.
Oh, it has been. I apologize. Okay, so you see its tongue sort of like lashing outwards, but the whole rest of like that above portion of skull is just gone, and it starts to wander towards you, Theobald. How do you dispatch of it?
I just take my axe and cleave it downward and cut it in half, but like
Ooh.
at an angle.
It looks like it's still moving a little bit, but it's not capable of moving, so it's just sort of twitching. It's definitely not a threat.
I'll use my second attack to hit that one.
And that is a crit. Oof.
All right.
Ooh, my. This one's in perfectly good undead condition. How's this one dropping?
How about like I cut him in half horizontally across the chest, kinda, so like his arms cut off, and his chest falls.
Love that. And the arms are sort of like crawling a little bit. But yeah, it's out of the picture. Good job. Anything else, sir?
I'm just gonna move there.
Okay, and as you move in there, you're just like, oh god, that is a lot of zombies. But you hold the line and end your turn, bringing it to Pellinor. Pellinor, you see, you have sort of woken the hive. What do you do?
Move here. I'm gonna move. I'm sit right on top of
Okay,
Theobald.
okay. That takes 10 feet, but you
And-
can definitely do that.
Does that is that? I don't know if they get an opportunity attack.
No, not when you're moving in, only out.
Okay. So I'm going to move there, and then I'm going to use my turn undead channel divinity. So, boom, boom, boom. They have to beat a wisdom of 15. A wisdom saving throw of 15.
So I'll
And
start on the bottom one and then go clockwise up.
it's everybody within 30 feet.
Oh my god, so it's fucking all of them, right? 10, 25. Yeah, it's 100% all of them. Your choice. Would you rather have me do one for all of them or separate? Your choice. I don't mind either.
For sake, I'm gonna say separate.
Okay, not a problem. So we'll start with the one directly below you, Pellinor, and then we'll go up, and then we'll take a left and then go down. So we're gonna start with the one right below you, and this is a wisdom save of 15 that I need to hit. You said, right? So I got a -2. That's not gonna help. So that's a 9. So that's turned. He's getting turned up. Let's keep rolling. Turns. Ooh, not turned. So I'm just going to make this easier because It's probably going to be the ones that are not getting turned that should be marked. Let's keep it rolling. Turns. Turn up. That's a fail. That's a fail. 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 I don't even remember how many I've rolled. Fail. 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 So they all fail except for one certified badass zombie who's just like, no, I'm eating brains today. I don't care about your rest of you guys. So what do they have to do? Does anything happen right this second?
When an undead fails its saving throw against your turn undead feature, it's instantly destroyed if its CR is lower than the threshold for your level. And that's a CR of 1/2 or lower.
Oh my god, bro. Stop it! Stop! Their CR is 1/4, bro. How does it happen?
The light that's been glowing around me bursts out, and a giant wave of just like a it looks almost like a ball of water, but it's like white light, and it washes out from me, and you hear in your mind, like you hear the roar of a lion, and it just burns through all of these zombies except for the one, which is like the zombie that was in front of it. Its body shields it.
Oh my god.
And
So
it's not destroyed.
So
And
the
then
rest of
as
them,
it's
yeah.
happening, I'm yelling, the light of Raza purges this land of evil.
Oh
And,
my god. So they fucking, let me go ahead. I gotta copy the one. Hold on. I gotta move it because I'm about to do a big, massive delete button here. So, yeah, fucking, you cast that white lights and, it radiates out of your body. Oh, goddamn, I'm about to erase you. Hold on. Let me just do this one by one, not make this too complicated. So, but yeah, they just start fucking exploding into ash. And, where once there was a horde of undead, there stands but one.
Well, that's it for my turn.
I don't think anybody can reasonably, ask you to do much more.
Oh, wait, no, I have a bonus action.
Do it. Let's see. Let's see what this is gonna be. It could even be a spell, because that wasn't.
Shit, it could be. But it's not. Instead, I'm going to, oh, fuck, I'm gonna use my telekinetic shove.
Okay.
And I'm going to shove, the, zombie.
What's the DC? It's a fail.
I think it's my spell save.
It's a fail. That would make the most sense. So, it gets pushed 10 feet, you said?
Yeah.
Whoop. And it starts slowly lurching back towards you. Any movement, sir? Because you've only burned 10 so far. And actually, you've got to move because you're still on wait, no, you can end your turn on Theobald's turn. Right?
I'll move out of the way. I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move out the way.
Okay, that's fair. He's gonna approach this this last die-hard, very, very, very hungry zombie, and he's gonna slowly walk up to Theobald and slowly claw at him with his hand, and it's slowly gonna be an 18 that's gonna hit for 3 bludgeoning damage. And you're not raging, so yeah, it does do the full three. But that's all he's got in him. He ends his turn, and he looks so hungry. He looks almost pathetically hungry, but he ends his turn, bringing it to Grease. What do you do, sir?
Well, with my comrade having completely decimated this army, it's like all the fun of the fight is gone, so I'm just gonna walk up casually and just spread this loogie in this guy's face. It's gonna be super gross because my friend is right nearby.
Oh, that's a big hit, yep.
Yeah, that is a big hit. We'll do 18 psychic damage to him with that one.
Okay, so Theobald, perhaps you're getting ready to cleave your axe into this guy's face, and as you do, Kreese just walks up and slaps him in the face with a big ass pile of gack, and it starts to just erode its face, and it just sort of like lets gravity do the job and just falls inward, evaporating this thing's spinal cord, and sort of falls out in between its legs, and it falls split in twain. You guys are out of initiative.
This is the only reason why you guys put up with Pelinor's judgy shit. Because this is literally it. It's just because he can just fucking blast through shit and kill a bunch of undead.
You know, you make good points, Pellinor. You're gonna have to tell me more about Raza sometime.
He certainly seems to be
Yes.
real, if nothing else. Like,
I will teach you if you are willing, but it will not be easy.
Easy. I'm more interested in information. I know the gods exist. I have visited some. Some are cool. But, you know, it's more that he is so effective through you. I just want to understand more about this. It is a mystery to me.
Not that he is effective through me. It's that I am effective through him. I am but an instrument of his light.
Yes, so he affects through you.
Yes. Effectively.
Raza, or not Raza, I'm about to sitting over here calling you Raza, Pellinor, because your RP is so good, I'm giving you inspiration, except I think you have it already. I think you all have it already, but you've definitely got it now. Because Raza is quite pleased with your fervor.
Well, I'm not sure about the other hallways down here, but if this one was guarded by a fleet of undead, maybe it was guarding something of importance, no?
Could be.
Seems logical.
Shall we ignore the other two hallways and just go down this one, or should we scout a little bit? I'm unsure.
I believe we should go down this hallway. The more opponents of Raza we find, the closer we are to wherever the heart of this tomb is.
Well, I like the quick decision making. Let's go.
Okay, so you head up to this beaten bronze door, and it's sort of oxidized blue, but it isn't locked. It takes a little bit of shoulder strength, but you open it nonetheless, and it reveals the following. Okay, so all the doors bordering this lozenge-shaped room are made of heavy bronze. Colorful glyphs are scribed on the western wall. There are two sideboards against the walls to the east. In the middle of the chamber are two stone divans, each with a human figure stretched out on it. Between the divans is a low stone table holding a flask and two goblets, all made of crystal. In the bottom of the crystal flask is a quantity of silvery dust. The figures on the divans are a male and a female, each about middle-aged and perfectly preserved. They are very still, dust-covered, and apparently dead. Their bodies are covered with dry snakeskin. The female wears a silvery bracelet and holds what looks to be an ivory wand. The male has an amulet of electrum resting on his chest, inset with a red stone of considerable size.
Ooh. I like these people. They have good taste.
It's not what Pellinor would do, but it's what I would want to do.
What does Pellinor want to do?
Pellinor wants to instantly hit these bodies with sacred flame. Because they're obviously some sort of tainted undead that must be destroyed.
Well, first let me remove valuables, and then you may burn the bodies.
And Pellinor was what I wanted to do with him was use Mage Hand because he's got telekinesis.
And I have my pseudopod mage hand.
Ah, perfect.
So I
You
think
strip
through
one,
all
I
of
strip
those
the other.
things. I believe there were three things. The woman was holding two. Sorry, I believe there were three things. The woman was holding two things, and the man had that large amulet. But was I mistaken about woman?
So as you look at the
No.
woman, you see that she is in fact holding what appears to be a wand of some sort, as well as a silver bracelet is on her wrist. You see the crystal goblet and flask there as well with the silvery powder at the bottom. The man appears to be wearing pretty much nothing but these snakeskin wraps. The only significant item it appears on him is that large pendant with a very large red stone inset in it.
I feel like we should take the goblet and the vial first, since they're not actually touching her.
Is there anything in the vial and goblet?
Only this silvery powder.
Yeah, I would just get it out the way just in case it's something, and then I would
Oh,
clear off the table, and then I would start taking the items off of them.
is
So,
there someone who is good at arcana who could identify the silvery powder? I am
mm,
okay. I'm just not very good.
I
Theobald, were you
think
gonna say something too? Can't hear you if so.
I was just gonna go after that big amulet, but you guys want to put like a whole bunch of blocks in between me getting it, that's fine.
The real question is, are you willing to wade through these blocks or not?
Listen, little man. I understand your impatience. So here
Excuse
is
me. Excuse me.
a little hero. Even better.
I no.
Okay. Apologies. Theobald Brave One. Listen, I understand it can be incredibly hard and impatient here. Why don't you take this gaming set here and just play a little game while we do this? Because everything here is meant to kill us, you know?
I don't know.
It does look like a fun game.
It is ball and cup.
Well, while you guys are having this discussion, Pellinor, I'm imagining you're grabbing the flasks. Am I correct? Because you seem to have indicated a desire to do that. Um, so we'll just say you do, and as you pick them up, the powder seems to move around a little bit. Doesn't appear to be magical or anything like that. Maybe worth a couple gold pieces, but nothing fantastic. You're not sure what the powder is at first glance.
I'm gonna put it in an empty vial.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna look over at Grease and like nod and try to use my mage hand telekinesis to pluck the wand out of her hand.
And
Okay.
I will use my pseudopod to grab the amulet and toss it to Theobald.
Okay. All right, so you guys both use your mage hands to grab said items, okay? And the first thing you grab, like you said, is the wand. And excuse me, you take it, and also you take the amulet off the body's neck, right? And as you do, they both rise,
Of course.
and the woman says, "You have broken our glorious sleep. For this you must atone." and they both look at you like calmly, but sort of a little bit menacingly as they rise and rise to their feet.
Yes, listen, we've been through this plenty of times. What do you need for atonement? If it's blood, we fight back, 50-50 on who lives. If there's other means, can you please say? Communication is key here.
Well, as you can tell, we do enjoy
No,
fine
there will be
items.
no communicating with them, no.
Oh,
No, they
nothing.
are evil. You can
Not
smell it on them, can you not, Grease? Even over your stench.
hold your tongue, heretic.
Your
You'll
tongue
speak
has
no more
tried
of
to
your
eat them.
viper.
No, I am no heretic. It is you, blasphemer, who will be destroyed on this day.
Then prepare yourself as she pulls out another one of those ivory wands, and as she holds it, to your surprise, she fans it out, and it appears to be made out of steel. And roll initiative. Oh my! So, let's see here. We've got me, Grease. Oh no, Grease hasn't rolled yet. Go
No, I
ahead
have to
and...
do roll-off.
Yeah, give us a tiebreaker, Pelennor. It's gonna go me, Theobald. And then looks like we've got Grease followed by Pelennor. Pelennor can't catch a break in the initiative, man. Alright,
Nope.
so put on some music real quick, and we'll get into what happens next. So, as the two humans stand, they appear to have had enough of your blasphemous words, and it appears as though the time for atonement is over, and the time for dying is now. And the woman fans out the wand to reveal that it is in fact a razor blade fan, and she throws it at you, Grease. And it goes into you, but maybe not to a vital part of you, as it just sort of goes through you without damaging you at all. Your ooze is not perhaps all equally vital.
Perhaps she needs OnlyFans.
And as you laugh, she runs towards you and does a somersault kick towards your face. My God, and she totally biffs it. And appears to land face down on the ground, as if she had fallen prone, but what's that? No, she has landed perfectly on her feet, only to attempt to hit you with a sweeping kick. And that sweep is going to most likely connect, as it is a 20. And so you're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage as it brutally swipes your legs out. And as it does, you need to give me a dexterity save. Ooh, but thankfully, as he sort of kicks out, or as she sort of kicks your legs out, your just stumpy legs fall downward like an inch, but you don't fall. The man is going to stand up, and he is going to rip off the amulet that he was wearing and gently put it aside on the divan next to him before erupting into an aura of light and energy as he screams, "Gah!" and fucking, like, aggressively moves towards you, Pelennor, at an almost instantaneous speed. That being said, he's leaving your vicinity, Greased. Any reactions? Reactions, Grease? Yay, nay?
Da. I will try to hit him with a gross knife of my own.
Okay, so that is going to miss, as it looks as though it's about to connect dead into the back of his neck. But you realize as the knife is about to connect that it's not actually him. It's like an after image of him. And the real him approaches Pelennor. But you, let's say Uraza's flames sort of erupt out of you and deflect the blow. So he goes for like a large uppercut attack, and the flames deflect again. Frustrated, he charges his key into his palm and goes directly for your chest. And the strike erupts with a 20.
Warding
Dealing
flare.
9
Got
bludgeoning damage to you. Ooh, disadvantage. Warding flare. The flames erupt even more vigorously, forcing a reroll. And this time it is still going to be a 17. Does not hit. So
No.
he goes for this brutal gut punch, and you see the energy surrounding his fist as he goes to like penetrate through your stomach, and the fire just burns around you and just deflects it back. And he looks highly upset, and he says, "You haven't seen 5% of my true power." And he ends his turn. Bring it to Theobald.
Is that my turn? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack him, but I'm gonna like start taking my axe and start spinning with it, and then like kind of throw it at him, but also as like I'm holding on to it, so it just moves me to him.
I love that. You lunge the axe with the force, enough force to propel your body off the ground. But it's so unwildly doing so that he sort of, without even moving the bottom half of his body, just completely 90-degree turns his spine backwards to dodge the attack.
All right. And then as I'm like landing, I'm doing another attack. It's a 24.
That's a big old hit.
15 slashing damage.
So you sort of regain your balance as he looks at you sort of cocky. But he doesn't realize you maybe haven't finished spinning all the way. And so you give him one more round, and that connects badly for how much damage? Oh, I'm sorry, 15. For 15 slashing damage, so you see a large wound sort of opened up in his torso. But he looks to still be in fighting shape.
Bastard.
All right. So
I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
That's the turn.
Okay. Grease. You see this woman trying to come at you pretty hard. What are you gonna do?
Well, I appreciate that she is coming on to me. However, there are different arrangements. I will disengage as bonus action and move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away. And I will...
Oh, yeah, no, you disengage. You got it.
Yes, disengage. Good option sometimes.
I just don't know.
And
I
will turn
forget that
around.
it goes everybody, not just one. Okay.
Yes. I will turn around and throw a disgusting loogie at this man's face. It seems like he likes to be queen, and this will really piss him off.
That's a... Oh, yeah, that's a big hit. How much damage is that? Oh, yeesh.
Yes, it is so disgusting. You are so mad.
So you hit him so hard that his like bluish hair that he has, it changes color to brown as you knock the wind out of him. He coughs up a large amount of blood and he says, "Is that all you got?"
For now, yes, and they end my turn.
Bring it to Pelennor.
There's like a quiet hum around Pelennor as he begins to glow, and starts softly chanting. And you hear this chant like get echoed, and it slowly builds and sounds like there's more and more voices chanting along with him. And this bright light kind of swirls around him and fills the room. And it seems almost like lions' heads or angels' heads are floating around him.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And I
God.
cast Spirit Guardians.
And he is going to, at seemingly light speed, dodge all of them, right? Or no? Only half of them.
I mean, yeah, he takes half damage.
Okay, so yeah, he's dodging these just onslaught of spirits, but he's only able to dodge for so long before taking 4 radiant damage.
And I'm going to shove him telekinetically, so he's going to make a.
It's probably gonna pass.
Yeah. Yep, that passes.
Yeah, because it's at least a 16.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you try to shove him with your telekinesis, but he just like puts his hands down towards the ground, and you see a wind of energy erupt from his body, and he is unfazed. Anything else, my good cleric?
No, that's it for Pelennor this round.
All right, so they are going to sort of regain their bearings, and the one guy is getting highly injured, so he is going to try to defend himself. And the first thing he's going to do is a sweeping roundhouse kick back towards Pelennor. And that's going to be a 15? That's a miss, right?
Miss.
Oof, so he hits your body. What kind of armor are you wearing, Pelennor? Hold on, my
Scale
Discord.
mail.
Oh yeah, so it hits the scale mail, and it seems to like cut his foot a little bit. So it definitely doesn't do any damage. He rights himself and does sort of a fake out punch, and as the punch looks like it's about to land, he sort of vaporizes into thin air and reveals that he's actually over here. And it actually doesn't matter. As you grab his fist, he lurches backwards and tries to hit you with like an elbow to the gut. And this elbow hits you with the force of a train. Or does it?
Does it? I don't.
Or does it?
'Cause I'm
Oh, it def
I'm gonna hit him
does.
with that warding flare.
It def does. So that's gonna deal, let's see here, 7 bludgeoning damage. And as he hits you, it's like he hits you at just the right point in your body. So go ahead and give me a Constitution save. Ooh, so as he
No,
Oh,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, yeah. As he elbows you in the gut, you feel all of the air vacate your body violently. And as it does, you kind of black out for a second. And you're stunned until his next turn. The end of his next turn.
Real quick though, he just started his turn though, right? Like that was his turn that he just took?
Yeah.
Okay, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, very true. No,
He
you're right.
He needs to make
And he
2
he fails
because
it.
he needs to make 2 because he actually moved within it, didn't he?
I think you have to move, like, out and in. Let me see.
An affected creature's speed is halved in the area. When a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. So I think
Then
it can
we'll
only
get,
make 1 a turn. Or I think, yeah, I'd have to leave it and then go back in. So it's just the 1, but it's still a big fail, though. That's for sure.
So that's 9 damage.
Oh, yeesh. So it scorches him, and you see the snakeskin wrappings that he's wearing sort of start to burn. But he's still alive. He takes, how much damage did you say? I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, he's still alive though, and he still managed to strike you with this stunning blow. As the elbow connects to your gut, it just feels like you were hit with a freight train, and you sort of black out for a moment. Meanwhile, the woman is going to, she's gonna sort of start running like up into the air as if she's like running up some stairs that aren't there. And she's gonna jump off these somewhat invisible looking stairs to get a downward strike towards you, Theobald. But it's a big miss as she oversteps, so she turns around and hits you with sort of like a backhand. And that is going to be an 17. 18.
I kind of have a big presence, you know. The 18 hit.
So the 18 is going to deal, as you are not yet raging, full 9 bludgeoning damage. And so she backhands you. And as she does so, go ahead and give me a strength save, please.
I mean, all right, if you really want.
Oh, I do.
Oh, damn.
So you're like sort of like maybe you're a little bit amused at the fact that she just full blown
Wait a
missed
minute.
you after her. Oh yes.
I'm out. I'm gonna use a lucky point.
Oh, whatever happened? Oh my.
Nothing happened.
Oh no. Oh, that's right. It's just a reroll. I thought you had added 8 there for a second. I was gonna be like, God damn. Okay, so no. She lands, and you're sort of amused by the fact that she just missed so brazenly after such a cool-looking display. But before you realize it, her other hand has already launched a furious blow to your face, and you are smacked so hard that you take the 9 bludgeoning damage, and you drop. Or.
Yes.
Hold on, though, because, damn, man, it doesn't even say give disadvantage, because if it did, it wouldn't matter, because you already had disadvantage. So, no, it's a triple disadvantage, essentially. Let's see what happens here. Come on. All right. Oh, it's still an 18. Damn.
All right.
Really wants to get you this time. So, you still get to give advantage, though, to who?
I'm going to give advantage to Theobald.
Makes
for
sense.
the next, yeah.
Okay. So, she decks you really hard in the face, Theobald. So hard that your axe goes flying out of your hands, and it bounces against the wall and lands underneath this stone bench right here. And then she lets out a little smile and says, huh, you should have just atoned, as she goes for a just hard haymaker to the face again. Ooh, and it crits you as she just wallops you in the face. Yeah, I don't believe there should be any more silvery barbs, so that's going to do 14 bludgeoning damage. And as you watch your axe go spinning against the wall, give me a dexterity save.
Can I use a luck to make that odd crit?
Can you force rerolls with luck?
I think so.
If you can, then absolutely. And I'll just reroll the damage, or just take the first roll. If that's the case.
Hold on, I'm frantically searching.
No worries. Either way, the axe is probably fine. So.
Or when attack roll is made against you. So yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Let me go ahead and I'm sorry. It's a reroll, right?
The attack roll.
Okay. Oh No. Oh man, that was gonna be so good. Is a 14 a hit?
No.
Damn. So I'm sorry. So she goes for this haymaker punch, right? And you just put your hand up and grab her fist and just grasp down on it a little bit. You hear a little crunching as she rustles it free from your grasp. That being said, your axe still has fallen underneath this little bench over here. The two of them look like they're still ready to fight, but they end their turn, bringing it to Theobald.
All right. My axe. I'm just gonna pick it up.
That is an action, just so you're aware.
It's not an object interaction. Reaction.
I feel like it shouldn't be because of the
I'm like
implications.
halfway there because I'm short.
I feel like because it's an ability that requires like a saving throw just to knock the weapon loose, I feel like there has to be more consequence. Give me a sleight of hand check just to see how agilely you can do it, because it's still bouncing up and down a little bit. It's still sort of wobbling. And we'll say that if so, then yes, it can just be your free action. Otherwise, it's just going to take a little more effort to pick it up. Nope, that's good enough. You grab it.
Okay. But like, so I grab my axe and then with one swoop, I swoop upwards at this dude here.
Okay. And you've got advantage too because of the silvery barbs, so you feel inspired. But nonetheless,
15 hit.
the guy grabs the blade of your axe and just chips it just a little bit before handing it back to you.
What are you doing? I'll attack him again. 16.
You'll see my final form now as it hits. How much damage?
8 slashing.
Now you'll see my final form. You won't like this. Ow! As he drops dead across the divan, you whack him hard with the axe, and it slices his throat. And what was once a fury-filled, charged-up rage quickly turns to a high-pitched screaming as he doubles over and falls across the divan to die.
All right. Well, that's it for my turn.
All right. That brings it to Grease. Grease, you see the body of this man flop against the stone divan like a rag doll. What do you do?
I casually walk up to it and bend over looking at it and look back at the girl and say, "See, I told you, you choose blood and you die. This is just how things happen." And I'm going to throw a super gross knife at her head.
And it hits. Damn it, you cannot roll under a 20. Oof.
That deals 20 psychic damage.
Ooh, and it goes against her gorgeous, like, elegant snakeskin wrappings that are, for some reason, very gorgeous and elegant. And she is pissed as you see that it is stinky AF, and she looks furious at you as she takes 20 psychic damage.
Oh, that was bad. Check this one out, and I flick another little ball at her.
Ooh, that's another hit.
6 psychic damage.
Jesus. This is, this is disgusting. Get away from me, you foul beast!
Yes, fuck you too.
And then, unless you have any other actions, sir, we will go to Pellinor, as she looks, fucking just, disgusted. Pellinor, she looks like she's...
Yeah, I'm going to, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up on her. So she needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Ooh, she fails miserably.
Ooh, she takes 9 damage.
Yeesh. Okay, still standing.
And then I'm going to cast Word of Radiance. So she needs to make a con save.
Which she fails.
So she takes 12 radiant damage.
Yeesh.
As I like hold out my hand, I hold up my hand like the whole talk to the hand thing, and my whole body glows, but just the light gets really intense in my hand and just flares out at her in its judgy brightness.
Oof. Ugh, and it's like she looks down at her goo-filled blouse, and she's like, oh my god, like, is this happening right now? As she takes the 12 radiant damage and is scorched with judgy fire.
Let the light of a true god purge your evil.
Oof. She is looking very badly injured, but she looks at her dead partner and seems filled with resolve. Pelennor, anything else, sir?
Oh no, that's it for me.
Then she is going to,
Oh,
in a last...
yeah, no,
yes. Oh, okay. Then she is in a last-ditch effort going to once again take her, like, razor fan that has suddenly materialized back into her hand, and she's going to start swirling around with it as if she's doing a dance. And the blade is going to reach out towards you, Pelennor, first. And as you effortlessly dodge it, as she seems a bit woozy, perhaps, and you see quite a bit of blood sort of spraying upwards and a bit of a mist as she does this little ritual dance. But that being said, the blade that is going against Theobald, however, is going to be an 18, so that's probably going to be a hit. And it's going to do 8 slashing damage as she rakes the blade against your face. And as she does so, go ahead and give me a con save. Ooh, and you know what? I'm going to take all of that damage back because you were stunned, sir. Or no, am I tripping? Did we already pass your turn for the stun? When was the stunning?
Dude died before the turn. So
That doesn't
I don't know
matter,
if that-
though, because he was still sort of... It wasn't a spell, it was just sort of he hit you so hard he stunned you. So I think you wouldn't have been able to do any of that.
That's a great question.
I'm pretty sure. Because I do think
Because
that it
if I'm-
should have been in the... Yeah, because, well, it says
I'm
until the
assuming
end
it's
of the
a monk,
adept's
right?
next turn. I mean, the adept's not going to get a next turn. So I guess his key has left your body because, yeah, I mean, alternatively, it would be that you're stunned forever because he's never going to have another turn. So, yeah, you're not stunned. It all went. And plus, it'd be too much work. So fuck all that noise. And so but she is still going to, yes, like I said, stun you, Theobald, as you fail your Constitution save. She strikes like maybe a vital artery, and you go to cup the wound, but as you do, you get very faint. And she continues her assault as she tosses the blade at you, Grease. But again, it just goes right through you. She ends her turn looking dizzy, disoriented, and covered in blood. Bringing it to Theobald. What do you do, sir?
I'm stunned.
Oh, you're stunned. My bad. You're not stunned anymore, though, as your turn ends, and then it goes to Grease.
I will throw more nasty blocks of goo at this lady.
Good
Oh my
God,
God,
dude, we
you're
gotta
right.
check your fucking... I gotta check your... I don't think you're rolling. No, are you? I don't know. I gotta look at this, man, like it's so wild.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. I don't see anything that's out of the ordinary.
No, 15.
Attack,
Yeah, hold on.
dex.
No, 15. 18. Yeah, no. It's just, okay, I'm tripping. Yeah, 100%.
No,
Roll
you're not
that
tripping.
damage.
You're rolling like a fucking demon.
Nick,
No, Nick,
go
I
ahead.
cannot hear you.
I cannot hear you, no. If you're saying anything now, no, I cannot. But as we wait to see, hold on, you're not hearing him either, right, Raynon?
I heard the chimes from Discord as he left and came in. I don't hear him as he's speaking now.
Okay, but it's not just me,
You guys
because you know
hear
I'm
me?
like, okay, now I can hear you, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on there. Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Sweet. I was gonna say she needs to make a wisdom save because she started her turn in my Spirit Guardians.
So that would have happened before Theobald's turn even happened, huh? And it's a wisdom save, so that's going to be a 16 actually, so that's probably a pass as she steadies her body and steadies her mind to focus for one last attack, bringing it to Theobald's turn.
Still takes half damage though.
Or no, I'm sorry, it was Grease's turn, right? Yeah, oh, god damn it.
I was stunned.
That's right, I'm sorry, guys. Tripping out
after,
here.
After all of this, is she gonna need another ball of goop, or does she take her down?
It looks like it, Grease. She's still standing, and she's focusing her key for one more attack.
Focus your key. I will focus my chew. Oh, that's only a 14.
Ooh, that is a miss, and it just is deflected off of her aura as you see a radiant light start to form around her body.
Alright, I will move myself around to block her in.
Okay.
And end my turn.
Pellinor, you see her energy sort of radiating towards you. What do as she's got her eyes closed and she's focusing for her next attack?
That's what I do.
That's a big fail. Let's see. That's lethal. She's charging her energy and focusing her rage towards you over her fallen comrade. What do you do with this word of radiance? How does this go down?
Eco! The judgy light shoots out of my hand, and it's bigger than my hand. It's bigger than me. It's the light of Raza. It's a lion-shaped light that just leaps out from me and just blasts her with just its judgy moralness and just destroys her.
And I'm imagining it sort of flies directly into her as you blasting it and just swallows her whole in these liony grass. And as the light sort of flashes in front of your eyes, it just as quickly disappears, and she's nowhere to be found. Except until you look at the ground and notice a small pile of ash. And you guys are out of initiative. Okay. All right.
Who could have thought naked people would be so dangerous?
So, now that you have dispatched these two, the woman has turned into ash. The man lies sort of sprawled out across the divan in a bloodied mess. You still have the goblet and flask, I believe, with the silvery powder. And you collect the razor fan as well as the pendant, I'm imagining. And if you'd like, you could take the silvery bracelet as well.
Yes, these all sound very good.
And it doesn't appear that any of these items are actually magical, so whatever she was doing with the fan blade appears to just sort of have been her own energy going to work. But nevertheless, despite the fact that this doesn't, none of this stuff appears to be magical, it does all appear to be quite valuable. And you realize that the silver bracelet is probably worth about 250 gold, as it's actually mostly made out of platinum as you get a closer look at it. In addition to that, the amulet appears to be made out of electrum and garnet, and looks like it's worth about 100. And the fan actually only looks like it's worth about 50. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be a wand at all, after all.
I mean, it's still pretty cool.
guys see double doors of beaten bronze to the north and an oxidized blue single door to the west, covered in dust. I can't hear you
Give
guys.
me a moment. I am scooping ice cream right now.
Let's kick in the double doors and see what's there.
Seems like a fair proposition.
Oh, we're kicking down doors
Well,
now. Munchkin.
I'll join you.
Oh, wait. Before we do that, though, how's everybody's health?
Great
I
question.
am at half of my total, I think.
I'm a little above half.
Boom, boom. Let's see what we can stop that. Do you want to take a short rest and use hit die?
I don't know if we can. Is the poisonous gas?
That's right. All right. Well, hang on. Let's do. I don't want to use up all my spell slots.
Ooh, and as you prepare to heal yourselves, you cough up a bit of blood as the surrounding rusty gas applies its 1 poison damage to you as another hour passes.
Hey, John. Because I have resistance to poison, do I take no damage?
Yes, you do.
Nice.
Poison feels good to you.
Same.
like Motherland.
So I give Theobald 7 healing, and Grease, you get 6.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Quite helpful.
Mighty kind of your god. Thank you.
Yes.
Is there
The
any
light-
way we could pay homage to your god without devoting our souls?
Fasting.
Okay.
Raza loves it when you fast.
That is something I can do.
Yes. We will start off with a week-long fast.
A week. Oh. Are you sure we
It's
can't
not
do
that
like?
bad. You're allowed to drink water.
Well. Okay. Listen,
There is a
If
tea
Raza-
that we take that gives us sustenance.
if Raza gets me through this dungeon, then you can count on 7 full days of fast.
What
Please,
does,
the god.
I'm curious, what does Grease eat
Purify
mostly?
yourself.
What?
What does Grease eat mostly? I'm curious.
My preferred diet is different molds and small microscopic fungi that I can find. I happen to love pond scum. Algae, single-celled organisms are my
Giving that up
favorite,
is going to
so
be tough, it sounds like.
It is, but I might be able to slide by drinking pond water.
And don't forget ice cream.
Well, it's not just any, it's Mitchell's chocolate chip that they only sell during the July season.
Quite a legendary artifact indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So as you eat delectable ice cream and ponder upon what to do next, what do you guys think you'd like to do as you feel the healing warmth of Raza mixed with the cool, creamy taste of the ice cream reinvigorates the two of you?
Someone said kicking down a door.
I did hear kicking down doors. That does sound familiar. So, why don't you guys give me an athletics check, actually, with, advantage, or you could just each give me separate.
We're looking
So
for strength.
You bash the fucking doors off the hinges. And the doors fall in a thud in front of you, revealing a small hallway that bends off to the north. And as you travel down it, you see that there is another set of double doors, but this one looks almost like sort of sunken in a little bit. And you see there's several cracks and holes in the surrounding wall.
The hole's big enough to see through?
Give me a perception check. So, I am not opening the door. The door is still closed, okay? But I'm going to remove the door so that you can see, because you find a perfect little hole that actually looks kind of big, like it was sort of in the wall, like there was like a cracked portion that reveals sort of like a layer that appears to have been like dissolved away by something. And as you peek your eyes through it to see what lies ahead, you see a scurry of activity as there are several creatures milling about in this chamber. And let me actually go ahead and read you the description. So, a bitter stench assails the senses as you lay eyes on the room ahead. Inside, amid a pile of rubbish, offal, and bracken, ghostly lights move across the floor. Closer observation reveals that the light is emitted by giant beetles. There seems to be around a dozen of these creatures in the room, about each about 3 feet in length. They don't appear to take notice of you. From within the largest pile of trash, where most of the beetles are clustered, come glints of something shiny. You also see a set of double doors directly across from you, and then another smaller door to the east.
I can see them through this hole, right?
Yes.
All right, and
Yeah,
I
you
see
see this
these
all
beetles.
happening.
Can I tell what type of beetles they are?
Give me a nature check, please.
Cool. I'm gonna say a little prayer, use a little guidance. That's, you know.
Absolutely. And Raza
Go.
blesses you. Oof.
Ooh.
Blesses you big time.
Yeah.
So, you know exactly what these creatures are. You know that they're giant fire beetles, and that they are by themselves almost harmless. They do very little damage in the ways of output, and they have very frail bodies. That being said, they're known to have a very hive-like mind, and thus a threat to one is generally a threat to all, and they love to swarm, especially when it's in defense of their queen. Um, Once more, I will say that you know with a freaking crit, that they're blind. And so they do most of their sensing through hearing, sort of not really hearing even like we would think of it, but sort of sensing vibrations, like heavy vibrations, and also with their little antenna feelers. But without one of those, they can't tell that anything's even there. You know, too, that they do love to hoard shiny objects. What are you sacred flaming? Just that one? That one? I can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, so I can see them through the hole, right?
Correct, yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna sacred flame them from this side of the wall.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative.
Secret flame.
And, yep, everybody roll ish. And I am going to find the stat block real quick. There we go. There it is. Okay.
Claw hammer. Pretty much just a hammer. A little bit of claw action with the healing, but mostly just a fucking hammer.
Love it. Let's see here. So, here we go. Okay. All right, so we've got a 12 here. You got a 6. And then Theobald got a 5. Yeesh. So it's going to go. Actually, we got to have a roll off, Grease. Roll off time. Oh, wow, you win. Okay, so you're going to go first, actually, and then me, and then we're actually going to get the Sacred Flame from Pelennor, and then we are going to go to Theobald. So, let's do
Eleanor,
that.
are you next to the doors over here?
He's like right here.
Okay. I am unaware of what's going on. So I will casually walk up and say, "Hey, Pelennor, what do you see? You look intrigued."
And you
And
see
my
him
turn.
preparing a fire spell, like he's about to launch it at something.
I will put 2 lugis in my hand.
Okay.
In preparation, he obviously sees something threatening, so I will alarm myself. Pass my turn, ready for it.
Okay. Throw a knife at
I
anybody.
guess, never mind. I will, can I ready an action?
Sure, absolutely.
I'd like to ready an attack if an enemy bursts through that door.
Okay. All right. So you see Pelennor looking like he's gearing up for some action. So you ready yourself, and it goes to me, and I'm gonna scurry over here, over here, over here, then over here, then over here, and then over here, and then I'm gonna end my turn, and then it's gonna go to what did I say? Why can't I think tonight? Theobald. Right? No. Then Pelennor, then Theobald. So dumb.
Sacred Flame, this one over here.
All right.
All right.
So it is going to do a save. Let's see here. It's going to fail. So how much damage is it taking?
11 radiant damage.
Ooh, and that is enough, I believe, to pop it. Let me double check. Oh, yeah, 100%. So the Sacred Flame comes down on the creature. You said it was this one right here you're going for?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, and it just pops, and you see a sort of bioluminescent, oily goop sort of start to sludge out from where its body was, and the rest of them sort of peek up their feelers as if they sense something. Anything else, sir?
Nope, that's gonna be it for me, yeah.
All right, Theobald, you see Pelennor launch a radiant bolt of energy into the crack into the wall. What do you do? I'm not sure if you're talking, but I couldn't hear you, so I left just in case.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, I can hear you. I
That
can hear
was
you.
my fault. I'm gonna come up at the door and ready an action for anything that comes through. Ready an
Okay.
attack action.
All right, love that. All right, so that will bring it back to me, and because there's so many of them, I'm not going to do separate ones. I'm going to give a
I
group
go first.
perception. Oh, you're right, 100%. I'm sorry. Well, yes, that's right. You're right. I was just thinking because you had your action prepared, but you're right. You are up. What do you do, sir?
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to prepare my action. I'm sorry, go for it.
All right, no problem. No, don't worry. You are right, though. So I'm going to give myself a group perception check because they definitely have identified that something's happened, but they're not probably positive what yet. So because there's so many trying to find out, let's give myself a perception with advantage. And they sort of are feeling around, and they don't seem to be detecting what just happened. You do see a couple of them sort of start to form up, though, around the mound. And one of them, I'll say two of them, do sort of detect the corpse of their fallen brethren, but they haven't yet discovered what's going on really. So they're going to end their turn and bring it back to Pelennor. Pelennor, I cannot hear you, sir.
Okay, I do have Fireball, but the question is, like, are they going to be resistant or immune? Because they're
You would know
fire-
for certain because you critted on a nature check. So let me just tell
Okay.
you, and the answer to that question is no, they are not.
They have no resistance to fire.
They don't actually have much to do with fire. You know that the reason that they're called giant fire beetles is sort of like it's mostly like a country slang term, really, because it just references their sort of bioluminescent gel. They don't actually have any fire attacks or resistances or anything.
Problem with me fireballing them is that I won't be able to bring any of us back if anybody dies, or do like a massive group heal.
Well, we're in the middle of initiative, so we can't strategize. Go for it. Go for whatever you want.
I was just gonna keep picking them off.
Do it.
Because Sacred Flame just descends from above, so how would they know that it was me?
It's a good point, as another one miserably fails its check. Right, I rolled that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I rolled that before. Yeah, miserably fails that save. Takes 6 damage. Which one highlighted for me again? That one in the corner pops like a fucking pimple. And the little greenish, reddish, glowing goo splatters against the wall and floor. And you see them really start to get agitated. You end your turn, and it goes to Theobald.
I guess I'm gonna do what I did last turn and just wait till something comes through that door.
Fair play. Grease, how about you?
And
Same
then
thing?
Guys,
attack it.
can they
Okay.
see through the hole, and would they be able to like shoot through the hole, or was it because I rolled that perception check that I'm able to see?
So you know from your crit nature check that they can't see at all. They just sort of feel
Oh.
with their antennas, and they have sort of a sensitivity to vibrations and loud sounds.
No, I mean Theobald and Greaves, because I can like if we can occupy the same space. So if they could see through the hole, if they wanted to try to shoot, or is it not big enough to do that?
That's fair. No, they could.
Oh, well then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
as long
good
as you
to
don't
know.
end the turn there.
Yeah, that's good to know. I can do some massive damage.
I mean, I got nothing to shoot. I'm gonna throw my axe, but then I don't have an axe.
Love to see that. That probably wouldn't fit. That probably wouldn't fit either.
Just use the axe to bar the door, so if they try to break, if they notice.
Maybe
us,
if you
try to
threw
break
the
it, they
axe
can't.
vertically, like it was a javelin, somehow, like just with unreal upper body strength to make that happen. But then again, you are a pretty strong guy. But regardless, right now, at this point, wait, no, it is still Theobald's turn, so...
Yeah, I'm just gonna ready my action.
Okay. Alright, then it goes next to Grease.
Okay. I will move up to occupy the space. I will peer through, and I will fire a gross blade at this one here.
Okay.
Is there any reason I might have advantage?
No, because they... Well, no. Because that would make all my
Okay,
past
yeah.
ones. They're alert to danger. They're just not exactly sure where it is, but You'd have to
That's
give me a
14.
stealth check.
No, I
that's
just
a hit anyways. So how much damage is that going to do? And to which one again?
This one was going to go to this guy right here, and it's going to be 7 psychic damage.
Pops
And
and goes over, sort of pops onto the surrounding fire beetles.
And I'm gonna fire my smaller glob at the next guy in the line.
Okay.
18, which will hit him for 7.
Okay. All right, so that one is also going to pop. Anything
And
else?
then I move back and end my turn.
Okay, so you know what? We had a good point with the radiant flames sort of coming from above, but now we've got shit coming out of the walls. These guys are seeing all their allies pop, like, appropriately so, bugs. They're going to start crashing towards the door.
Yeah, but you said that they don't see.
What's that?
You said they don't see?
They don't see, but they feel the vibration of the knife cutting through the air, because they are not gonna get slaughtered like this bad. So they're gonna fucking, they're gonna kick the door open.
Alright, well,
You know,
I
John, there
attack.
is a term for being able to sense vibrations. Do you know what it is?
What is it?
It's called hearing.
There you go, boom.
Sorry,
it's not
that
like-
was such a smart ass way to say it.
I think I had already described how it wasn't like hearing, actually, and it was different in a way that only fire beetles can understand, so... they're gonna try
Way
to...
to try to be a fire beetle.
yeah. They're gonna try to bust the door open. They're gonna make an athletics check, the one in the front is... First one can't get it done, but the second one sort of climbs on top of it and tumbles the door down, revealing it, and they're going to just as quickly retreat. Well, nah. They can't really get in there. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Ugh. 9 hits.
So it misses, and they've used up enough movement in this sort of somewhat difficult terrain that they're not going to be able to get in there for any attacks. So you're not going to hit them, but they're not going to get hit either. So that being said, their turn is done. So let's go to Pellinor, and then Theobald, you will be up after that. Con save. Con fail. Which one? And for 8 damage, whoop! Burns into a crisp.
The Word of Radiance is an AoE around him. So I think
Is
it's
it?
like-
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Okay, I don't know
brick.
that. Yeah, boop, dead, dead. Oh, I guess they would have had to make 2 more con saves, though, so let's do that. Fail still, fail still. Bloop, pop, 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 pop.
So then I'm going to telekinetic shove this one
Okay.
back. So it's gotta beat my spell save.
Fails, gets pushed back 10 feet.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, cool. That's it for
I
my
mean, you
turn.
can't. Oh, wait, you can push it You can push it in any direction you want, right? Or it just has to be away from
No. That's fine. That's fine.
No,
All
way
right.
to ruin what he was doing, John.
I mean, I didn't know. I just thought that I had to get pushed away from you, right?
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay.
All right, so that's gonna be the end of my turn.
All right, that brings it to you, Theobald. What are you
Well,
going
I'm
to try to do
gonna-
that I will ruin?
I'm gonna take a little step out here and attack this one.
Okay. That is Big old hit, and it gets gooed up. This one is a miss, however, as your eyes get sort of blinded temporarily, just enough for you to miss from this bioluminescent goo in your eyes, so you gotta wipe that away. But they are dwindling in numbers as, do you have anything else, Theobald?
No.
Okay, then we will go back to Grease and then back to the Beatles.
I will run forward over my friend here and throw a glob of glue at this guy right above him.
Love
this
it.
is a super glob of glue. Let's see. Oh, the 11 hit.
Ooh, let's see. Light. Light. No, it doesn't, as it's not grosser than what this dude's used to.
Well, let's see if I can get him with this one. Huzzah,
Oh, yeah.
24.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, that's
that
a
one
hit.
does hit. And he will take, no, just 7 psychic damage.
This one right here, right?
Yes.
Dead.
I'll end my turn.
Bring it to them, and they are going to swarm in. And 3 of them are going to attack Grease.
Wait. No, no.
Hmm.
No.
Literally, nope, nope, nope. Because those are a 12, 12, and a 12, sir.
I dodge and weave through their attacks. They're clumsy dumbass.
Yes, they definitely are. Let's see if one can get at Theobald.
D12 for those?
Oh, was I rolling D12s? Damn, bro, what is wrong with me tonight?
Oh,
You shouldn't have told.
It is
Yeah,
what it is.
seriously, no.
I see 11s on the screen, so that's my fault. However, I see a 7, so that's also the dice's fault, as they all miss. Bring it to Pelennor. Pelennor, sir, you are up. You're gonna do it right there, or are you gonna move?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it right there, so I don't move out of their. Actually, wait. I'm gonna move into Theobald's space when I do it.
Okay, makes sense. Let's go ahead. That was for the one that you were gonna hit anyway, so let's do the additional 2, starting with the top one. Fail and fail. How much was it? 6?
6. Yep.
Ooh, Raza's getting like. I feel like Raza's like leveling up today. Like fuck y'all. Like not really, obviously, but I feel like Raza's the one that's getting an assload of XP as you are serving him up souls on a platter.
Light shines brightly with this one.
You would think it's daylight at the moment. So there is only but one remaining, and it goes to Theobald.
Well, I'll attack it to see if I can hit it, but
Oh yeah. Thanks for hanging out in the stream, Soul DK, man. Have a good night. That's a big hit, Theobald, for how much DiMaggio?
8.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. This one is like looking kind of pathetic at this point. It's covered in goo. You decide to just kind of quickly put it out of its misery. And you do so. It puts up little effort as its carapace sort of crushes under the pressure of your axe. You guys are out of initiative.
that tickled.
Alright.
Say, what was shiny thing they were all obsessed about?
Ooh, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Guidance on it.
Grease, you sort of, I'm imagining that your eyes sort of like pop out of your body a little bit as they sort of slide into the garbage pile to give a better look. And you see 4 distinct items in there, 3 of which seem to be like 50 gold piece worth, just sort of raw chunks of turquoise. But you also see a rusty, damaged-looking dagger, and everything else that you see in the pile just appears to be totally worthless little bits and baubles.
Well, I take all 4 pieces out. Something was glowing, if I remember. If it was shimmering, was that it?
The turquoise look to be quite shiny, and shimmering. They appear to be, valuable, but nothing special. The dagger feels as if it's magical, but it's also covered in a banana peel and smells disgusting, so you feel maybe your magic radar is just off or something. According to you.
Priest, can you help with the identification of this thing?
We're gonna press the digitation. We're gonna clean that with Raz's light first.
Yes, beautiful.
Get a little UV action. We're gonna get antimicrobial with the shit.
So, as Raza's flame burns away the dust and rust, what does the dagger look like, Pelennor?
It shines like quicksilver. The light kind of dances and moves on it like liquid. It almost looks like the blade's in motion, even though it's not. It's got a brighter white metal handle than the blade. And it's not anything fancy. It's clearly meant to be used.
Yes, and as you decipher that, as the knife almost seems to like bend and dance in the light, as you mentioned, so much so that you can actually notice that there is a flaw in the handle, and that despite its expert craftsmanship and the prestidigitation cleaning it off, it seems to have sustained some permanent damage from its time in this refuse pile. So you identify it to be a +1 dagger. However, you have a feeling that there's a chance of failure with the knife if used too frequently. It appears to be quite magical, quite useful, but also, like I said, somewhat detached from the hilt.
Identify, does that give like any more detail on that? Like, is there a little pop-up or?
Yeah, sure, why not? You are getting the feeling that, without getting into super mechanical descriptions, if you make a particularly awful stab with this knife, it just might break.
Yeah.
You don't think anything worse than that would happen, but that would still suck, obviously.
Listen, if no one needs it, we can put a little yak butter on it, make it look like it's not so broken, and sell it as a very, very expensive object.
I mean, I do need a throwing item.
Ah, well, sir. Please, until we leave, why don't you take this and have fun with it?
Sure.
And you see the light sort of dance around the walls as you take possession of it, Theobald. It's shining off the blade.
Oh, very
if
nice.
If it break, we glue back together and sell it to Fool. How about that?
Oh, definitely.
They're a dime a dozen.
Fools, no, they are everywhere.
Mending cantrip.
I'm sorry, my Discord screwed up. What did you say?
I said just times where I really wish I had the mending cantrip.
God, you know what? It's such an underrated cantrip. It does nothing 90% of the time, but that 10%, man, when you need to mend something, like...
Oh, just wait. Well, let's go into a campaign where you mend stuff all the fucking time.
Oh, that's true. Spelljammer would probably be a lot of mending involved. So, you guys see another sort of disgusting door that looks like it's about to fall inwards because of just the nature of this room that you're in to the north of you. And to the east, you see a smaller door.
You wanna?
You know what? Why don't we check both doors and just see where they lead, and then figure out where to go after that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. So which one do you want to check out first?
Let's start with crumbling door up here.
Okay. So the door does not appear to be locked. It opens with a little bit of shoulder grease to reveal the following. Give me 1 second here. So it enters into a very large hallway, like corridor. And as you peer down the corridor, you see a faint flickering light that becomes visible. The light begins to move through the hallway away from you, sputtering and wavering just at the edge of your perception. So it sort of appears in front of you right here, right? And then the light sort of bobs and weaves against, oh, whoa, I don't want to move the whole dungeon, against the walls, as if almost bouncing across them. And as it does, it continues on its way towards the corridor. Like I said, just kind of out of your perception. This corridor is so long that I think you guys don't have any further than 60 feet. So it sort of, goes out of that range and just sort of disappears.
I will go back and tell them it is a hallway full of mirrors.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm sorry. What am I talking about? It is light, so you can see it. It doesn't matter. It bounces. You see the light even more vividly because of the surrounding darkness. And the light passes through a stone block. All the way at the other end of the corridor, several hundred, or like over 100 feet away.
Okay. Again, this is hallway of mirrors and light. I'm sure it is mirrors and nothing else. But let me ask my comrade, should we check the other room before we go?
I can see what's there.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You
Let
open
us
up
check
the
this room.
you open up the door, and again, it's not locked. Although it does look like it's about to frickin' fall off the hinges. That being said, it doesn't, and it reveals a staircase that just seems to go on and on and on to the north, all the way out of your perception.
Well, it seems we have ominous stairway going to, shadow nothing, and we have endless hallway leading to shadow nothing. So it is up to you guys. I am okay going either direction.
I vote we go to Shadow Nothing.
So is it stairs or is it hallway, I guess, is the real question.
I say hallway because stairs are a little hard for me. Not because I'm short or nothing, but
Listen, we all have our abilities and our disabilities. It is fine. For example, I cannot sit in wicker chair.
you've never sat in a wicker chair?
No, I have before. I should not sit on them. It is bad.
You're missing out. Can't enjoy a wicker chair.
I also cannot enjoy hammock.
These are very unfortunate tragedies of being a plasmoid.
Yes, and it's even worse in the city when I walk over sewer grates. Don't even tell me. Like, but that's besides the fact.
And you fall out of the sewer into the town. No, I'm just kidding. Because I imagine the sewer's pretty dope.
Following my comrade, if he is more comfortable going in the more flat direction, less vertically challenged, then that is fine with me.
Yeah. So you guys head up to the eastern hallway. And just for a brief moment, you guys get in there in time to see this ball of light sort of finish bouncing across the wall through this large stone. It seems to be just like a large blank wall. but this light just seemed to go right through it, and it's on the other side. You can't see it anymore as the light's no longer in the chamber.
Well, let us go, I guess. Although, what do you think that light was?
Let's send Goldie down. See what we can see.
Okay. You send Goldie down, and as you do, she flies down the hall, only to reach a dead end. Let me read the description, actually. The hallway abruptly ends at a blank stone wall. Vivid description, if I do say so myself.
Right.
And then she flies back.
Okay. The hell is down here? Anybody got a 10-foot pole?
I have a 10-foot long arm. Well, it's not really an arm. I use it to pass, reproductive material to a mate, but it works like an arm.
We could, like, poke ahead of us and make sure everything's good.
I can do that. I will poke where you need me to poke.
Like the wall, the floor, and shit.
So you want to kind of go ahead of them, Grease? You guys want to follow
yes.
behind, or you want to stay back?
I'll follow behind.
Bring us back to life in case we all die.
You want to stay back, or you want to... I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Stay back. Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me a perception check, Grease, as you, the two of you travel down the hallway. Okay, so you guys are traveling down the hallway. Theobald, what are you doing as you guys walk down?
I'm standing behind Grease's whole thing.
Okay. All right.
Taking it in. I'll be, gonna do perception check to just be on the lookout for anything unusual.
Okay, give me a perception check. Okay, so let's read something real quick. One second here. Okay. All right. So as you guys are wandering down this corridor, the two of you are looking for anything of interest, but you don't seem to find anything. One second here. Sorry. Okay, so you guys are walking down the hallway, like I said, and you don't see anything, and you only get about this far before suddenly you hear a loud clunk underneath your feet. And as you do, you see two large portcullises crash down right here and right here, completely blocking the two of you into this section of the corridor. And you do not, and you can see them still, Pellinor. You are not caught in there. Go ahead and everybody do me a favor and roll initiative. And actually, you know what? These portcullises are solid. You can't see them, Pellinor. I take that back.
Of course they're solid.
Solid as Zubra.
Trying to draw something. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, that should block you guys. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Alright, so I am not actually going... Oh, no, that's not true. I am going to roll. Sure am. Okay, but I go second to last. So, Theobald, you are up first. Nothing's really, like, you know, seems to be threatening you or anything, but obviously you are cut off from your ally. What do you do?
What do these portcullises look like? Are they
So
just like iron doors that shut or something?
Exactly. So the portcullises are actually made of timber, but they're bound in copper. And they came crashing down the second that you stepped on what appears to be some type of giant pressure plate that you're both standing on. These barriers appear to be quite thick, and have completely sealed you in.
Well, I'm gonna do what any lumberjack would do at this point. Start chopping at this timbered portcullis to try to break through it or cut it down. Or
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll against it. So the first one penetrates through the thick copper, but the second one is not as lucky. Go ahead and roll damage for me. You see that the copper and lumber starts to chip, but it's just doing that. It's just chipping. Anything else, sir?
Nothing right now at this point.
Okay. Grease, you are up.
So this portcullis is totally solid. It is not made of lattice.
That is correct. It is 100% solid, and there doesn't appear to be even a millimeter of space between it and the floor and walls.
That is unfortunate. You said was there only one, or was there two?
No, there's two. And, so yeah, there appears to be one on the other side as well.
I assume that Theobald has stepped off of the pressure plate. If we're both on it.
No, you guys haven't moved. Well, I guess he moved up here, so yes, that's correct, he has.
I'll move back up here and see if the pressure plate goes back.
Does not. Seems to be locked in place.
I will attempt to lift the door.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, please. And you know what? Give it to me with disadvantage, because getting a good grift is impossible.
That's fine. It's a 16.
That certainly doesn't matter. You try to lift the copper and timber door, or portcullis, but it is so heavy you are unable to do so.
Well, that will. I'm a little bit stumped. I'm gonna have to think for a moment. I end my turn.
Okay. All right. Then give me 1 second here, and then Palinor, you are up. Just to look at one quick thing.
Let's take the hallway then, the halfling said. Let's go this way, he said.
We'll have a good time.
Nothing could go wrong.
Have a few drinks, have a few laughs. So
Thank you, John McClane.
for the diehard, yeah. So let's see here. Okay, that's what I needed to see.
It's not the destination, it's the traps that we survive along the way.
Exactly. Nobody wants to play through an easy dungeon. 30. Okay, I just need to see one other quick thingy here. Sorry for the delay. Let's see if I apologize. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Okay. All right, Palinor, you're up. And if you're talking, I can't hear you. anybody hear Pelennor? Or is it just me?
No,
I cannot hear.
Okay. Pelennor. We are gonna give you additional turns when you return to make up for said lost turn. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and go to Theobald.
Oh, I guess. There he is. I'm gonna attempt to pick it up. There.
Okay. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
What's going on? I couldn't hear anybody.
Oh, we couldn't hear you either. You're gonna take your turn after Theobald because we couldn't hear you. But basically, this portcullis is crashed in front of you, and they are trying to lift it, but they're failing. They're failing with a 20 to lift the door. You're putting your greatest strength into it, Theobald, and you feel like you could get a better grip for reasons that have nothing to do with your size. And despite that, you are still unable to lift the portcullis.
All right.
All right, then if there's nothing else, we will go next to Pelennor to make his turn up. Okay.
I am a hammer.
So you try to melt some of the copper and timber, and you do so successfully, actually, as you deal 13 damage to the door. And you see just small scorch marks start to appear, but it's still quite solid. Anything else, sir?
That's going to be it for my turn.
All right, then that will bring it to Grease.
Can I take the hammer or the axe from my friend?
I mean, sure, but I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
I am going to chip away at it as well.
Okay. All right, so you borrow the axe from him as he tries to lift it. Go ahead and swing with that great axe, please. Fortunately, you're just not used to wielding such a large weapon, and you're like, this guy's carrying this? Oh, man. I don't know that, but you feel the axe sort of melt through your hand, and it just, yeah, you can't even lift it. It goes right through.
I hand it back. I say I can't double our work duty. Jeez. Can I look upon the wall to see if there's any hint of keyholes or buttons or anything that might be there to press?
No, I would say that would be an action, and you have spent yours getting the axe and dropping it.
Then I will spend the rest of my turn thinking about that for my next action and end my turn.
That makes sense. That will bring it to me, and suddenly you see the ball of light that you saw bouncing around earlier. It sort of just starts to appear out of nowhere. It just appears out of thin air, and you're like, oh man, maybe this thing is here to help us. And as it appears, it is going to. Go ahead and start to brighten, and you're wondering if maybe your futures have been brightened by this entity, and it shoots out a bolt of electricity at you, Grease. And it shocks you with a 19 for 5 lightning damage.
Well, that hurt. I am shocked.
And the creature is going to go ahead and end its turn. And that will bring it to Pelennor once again.
Well, I'm gonna surf. See if there's like a release.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Go ahead and roll that d4, please. You search up and down all around the portcullis, the walls, the ceiling, the floor, anything for some sign of a mechanism or control to it. You are positive that if there is one, it is not visible. Did you say that was it? Keep not being able to hear Nick.
Yeah, like, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So as you furiously and quickly try to find some type of mechanism, you're almost positive that there isn't one within sight, at least, and you end your turn, passing it back to the top to Theobald.
Now, does this creature look like something I could attack?
It's basically just a ball of what appeared to just be light, but it's clearly more than that as you see it discharging electricity. You're not really sure?
Well, I guess I'm gonna, take my axe and see if it's possible.
Alright, go ahead and give me an attack, please.
Alright.
So you slash your axe towards it, but just as quickly as you swing it, it nimbly bobs out of the way upwards.
Oh, I'm gonna attack again.
And just as quickly as it goes up, it goes all the way down to the floor and dodges again.
Alright. That's it for now.
Then we will go to Grease. Grease, you see this thing flying all over the place. What do you do?
I will attempt to hit it with a gross ball.
Ooh, that is a hit.
Wonderful. I will attempt to deal 15 psychic damage.
It's going to take all of that. Let's see. Okay, so you see the light sort of start to sputter out as you see it's trying to burn away this glob of goo that you've slung upon it, but it's only partially successful in doing it. You see it sort of start to fumble around in the air.
Just mind you, I'm not trying to fuck myself in any way, but like this does not affect constructs.
It's not a construct, but I appreciate you asking.
Okay, well then I will take my bonus action and throw a smaller blob at him.
Okay, that is also a hit. Jesus, with your dice rolls tonight. What is going on? Oh man, when you're hot, I guess.
Luck of the slime.
When you're hot, man. And that is that. Your ooze sort of fully encapsulates the light. And other than the light coming off of Theobald's axe, you no longer can see any. And it sort of starts to fly around, whizzing around almost like an insect, and it's bouncing against the wall, and it bounces into the wall and just smushes itself against it, and you see all of the light and the creature itself just disappear. You are not out of initiative, though.
Great.
Let's see here. Anything else, sir?
Whose turn is it?
Yours. Right?
And my turn.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
So, all good. That is going to bring it to me, but I'm done. So, Pellinor, you're up.
Going to Listen.
All right, that's a hit, and you slowly burn a bit more of the portcullis away, but it's so fucking thick. Like, you can tell you're making some progress, though, but it still seems like it has a lot more to go.
That's it.
All right, then we will go next to Theobald.
All right. I'm gonna attack the portcullis because what else is there to do?
Fair enough. All right, so that first one is going to connect for how much? 9 slashing damage as you cleave it into the wood, and you see a large splinter tear off, and you can tell you're making progress.
All right. That's it. Doesn't 10 doesn't hit.
No, it does not. And so then we will go to Grease as you see him chipping away at the door.
I will move up to the remains of that animal or thing or whatever it is, and I'd like to inspect what it is.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please. You cannot tell because it seems to have left almost no remains. It's basically just a splatter of your goo against the wall and nothing else.
Ooh, well, that is truly gross.
Yes.
Do I see anything on this side? Where's the portcullis on this side that closes? Do I see it, or is it...
Right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there's a whole hallway. I will walk down, let's see, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet.
Yep. So 30 feet would get you... Oh, yeah. Would 30 feet get you right there? Because you already moved?
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, you see an almost identical portcullis made out of timber and copper at the other side.
And my turn.
All right. Then we will bring it to Pelennor.
I don't know what else to do.
It's a hit.
Oh, it didn't roll damage in time. Okay.
Okay. All right. Feels like you're maybe like halfway through.
Alright.
And then... Wait, I'm sorry. That firebolt came from Roz?
Alright, well, I rolled a 12.
No, I clicked the damage.
Oh,
it
that's...
happened.
Oh, you can do that. Oh, hey,
Oh,
what do you
yeah.
know? Well, we'll let him click it. Yeah, so 16. There you go, extra 2. Perfect. Then we will go to... actually, sort of me. Grease, you and Theobald hear the sound of stone grinding on stone. And the sound seems to be coming up from above you. As you look to see what it is, there appear to be several very small holes opening up in the ceiling. And they successfully open as the round ends. Bring it back to the top to Theobald.
I'm going to turn around and ready my action for any of those orders. Ready my attack action for any of the orders.
Okay, that's fair. And then, if that's the case, we will take it next to Grease, as you see these holes opening up above you.
I'm not comfortable with whatever may come out of these holes. I'm going to grab the crowbar that was handed to me by my comrade earlier, and I'm going to try to shove it as hard as I can under the door and press with all my might and see if I can get even just an inch open. because that's
Ooh,
all I
that-
need.
That eliminates your advantage. Go ahead, or disadvantage. Go ahead and roll an athletics check. You try, and you fail.
Oh, I should be back here too.
A 22
Okay.
doesn't do it as you desperately try to lift the portcullis. It is so heavy.
Fuck. Shit. I will. Damn it! I will end my turn.
All right, that brings it to Pelennor. Oof. It seems as though you've hit sort of a thick layer of copper and the firebolt bounces against it. You haven't made any progress. And then unless we have anything else, it will go back up to the top, but not before a small trickling of dust starts to come out of the holes. Not even maybe at first glance 100% sure what it is, but there seems to be some type of powder or something falling from these holes, and that's going to bring it back to the top to Theobald. Seeing this, whatever it is, start to fall from the ceiling, you feel like maybe you need to escape this situation. And so you start unloading axe swings on this portcullis, critting and then hitting for a total of, what is that, 30 slashing damage. And you start carving away at the door, and it starts to bend inwards. It appears as though perhaps somebody is working on it from the other side, and you feel the portcullis is sort of warm to the touch as you carve it away. Anything else, sir? If not, we will go to Grease.
Theobald, it was you who took the dagger.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Theobald, it was you who took the dagger, right?
Yes.
Can I have it for a moment?
Yeah.
I'm going to repeatedly stab at the wall, too.
All right. Go ahead and give me a slash. Stab, I guess. Get feeling a little stabby. Feeling a little
Yeah,
stabby.
I'll use my small knife because it's the same stats.
Okay.
16?
Ooh, but yours wasn't magical, so 17 is definitely a hit.
17.
Although I guess, yeah.
And that's going to be piercing damage.
So you stab into like the weakened area of the portcullis, and to your great possible surprise, but also happy to see it, you puncture the portcullis. And even though it's just a small knife stab, you can see Pelennor through the hole.
Oh.
Hello. Hello. It looks like we are both trying to do the same thing, break this door. I like where your mind is at.
Yes. Stand back and I will blast it.
I stand back and end my turn.
Pelennor, your turn begins. But this thick copper layer, despite the damage, is not enough. It just doesn't seem to be working anymore. You burn through most of the timber layer.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Ooh, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So at first you launch the firebolt, right, and it seems kind of weak, so you give it a little bit more faith, right? And you're like, Raza, let's go, and the fucking blasts explosion of fire out of your hands. and it fucking blasts the portcullis off of whatever it was connected to. The whole thing just caves in and falls. And as the two of you exit, the three of you exit initiative, and you make your escape, you see that small trickling of dust quickly turn into a torrential downpouring of sand. And you start to see that the entire area is very quickly being filled to the ceiling with sand. However, it's taking quite a bit longer, considering you have, thank God, broken out the portcullis. You guys are out of initiative. I'm going to assume you make your way out of that area as it is being quickly filled to the ceiling with sand.
So, we're gonna take the stairs, I guess, yeah?
Fine.
You guys want to take them stairs then?
Take them stairs.
All right, so you guys not wanting to deal with a 10 to 20 foot tall's worth of sand, decide to go the other way. And so you do so, and you start to climb the stairs. So Grease, looks like you're up front. Theobald, you and Pelennor behind him. And you guys start to climb this just like impossibly long staircase, okay?
Yes,
And
Jesus.
yeah, it just goes on and on and on, right? And as you guys climb the stairs, you hear a ka-chunk in the floor. And roll initiative.
Fuck.
You're up there. You're up there.
Finally.
Oof.
Oh, and it's gonna be a roll-off.
No, it's not, because I rolled a 29.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? No, you didn't.
So.
Oh my God.
Hold on one second. Let's see if I can find it. This exact. Ooh, hell yeah, perfect. Okay. All right. So as you guys are climbing, the stairs, you quickly realize you have stepped on another pressure plate. And what happens is that instantaneously the wall ahead of you at the top of the stairs explodes in a pile of dust and debris and reveals a ginormous millstone, like it's used for grinding wheat, and it's coming at you guys at a very fast velocity. You all need to make dexterity saving throws.
I'd also like to use my my psionic dice to add to this. I don't think I can. I think that's only check. I'm not going to use it now. I have to figure it out.
Okay, so we've got a 9 on, we've got a 17 and an 11. So
I'm gonna use my last luck.
Okay.
Or wait, yeah.
I've been thinking of used resistance because I have resistance.
Oh, do you? To what? Bludgeoning damage?
No, the cantrip.
Oh, the resistance cantrip. I got you. Okay, so let's see here. We've got 2 fails and a pass, but 1 fail's looking really bad. So let's go ahead and roll some dice here. And by some dice, I mean quite a few. All right, so the explosion of stone thunders towards you guys, and Grease, you just sort of melt into the floor temporarily. So it just flies right over you, but it smashes into Theobald and then sort of bounces off of his body to, like, hit Pelennor right in the head, okay? So Theobald, you're going to take that 21 damage, right? And then what you're also going to do for me is roll a d20 for me. And I'm just going to tell you now, even is good. So you hold on to your axe. It's not going to go flying around again. And you turn around and you're like, oh shit, Pelennor, are you okay? And as you look around to see if Pellennor's okay, the stone bounces off your body and smashes into Pellennor's head. Pelennor, you're going to take max damage. You're just going to take 50 damage, okay? And then you are going to give me a... You're going to fall prone. You're going to drop anything that was held in your hand. What were you holding in your hand, theoretically? Oh no, Nick's phone died. Well, you know what? It's about time to call it anyways, guys. The big question is Nick still alive? Will he survive a 50 max damage millstone? Hold on one second. Or will he just fucking die right now? Let's find out next week. All right, on Dungeons and Dragons. I love that. I've always wanted to do that. So, find out next time on the Burgandy Beholders presents the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. But we will find out if Nick is still alive next week. Thank you to all the viewers out there. I just realized that my camera is like way too high, so I had a ton of headspace, and you guys dealt with it anyway. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry I haven't been on stream at all this week other than D&D, but I am going to get back into it. I have been upgrading my computer, so thank you for bearing with me. I spent about 8 hours doing a case swap and then about 12 hours trying to fix the RGB lights, and I am still unsuccessful on that endeavor. So if anybody's going to need inspiration, it is me to not... I was going to say something probably too dramatic. Do something bad. If I cannot fix these goddamn lights. But anyways, that has nothing to do with the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week, Thursday at 9 with the rest of the group. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you haven't already, do feel free to follow or subscribe with Amazon Prime. It helps the channel grow, helps us pay for things like new D&D 1 or 1 D&D shit that we're definitely gonna be buying, because that shit's gonna be expensive. On that note, guys, have a fantastic evening, have a good night, and we will see you again soon.